Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final tier list of Season 0 in Marvel Rivals. If you have or haven't even watched the other previous tier lists, I've basically done it by class. So I've done the support class, the duelist class, and then the tank class. And then the overall tier list was made with the tank. However, that was pretty much at the start of the game and at the start of Season 0. Today we will be doing the final tier list for Season 0. I have more experience with every character now and the whole game in general, like all of you. And we will see who actually was the best and the worst in Season 0. Hopefully in Season 1 a lot of things change, maybe some balance changes just to see the next season's tier list shake up. Starting off with Adam Warlock. We've already spoke about him. He is a really good strategist. The main thing that he does lack is movement. And to be honest, this will be the thing that we will mostly focus on. The other videos were on their pros, what they are good at. But this video, we will kind of shake things up and we will speak more about what they are lacking. And Adam Warlock is lacking movement. Obviously he has flight once he dies to respawn anywhere he wants, but I don't think that's enough. Before, I'm not going to look at what I placed in the previous tier list. I think I had him in like S plus or S. I think he's still very strong, and in the right hands with the right team composition, he's still one of the best healers. I will put him on S tier. Next is Black Panther. I'll be honest with you, I have slept on him. He has become my most played character by far right now, and I really enjoy him. He's the type of flank dive character that you just get in, put some pressure, non-stop pressure, finish some kills off, and then dip. And he does a really good job with his combos. Something that I didn't know at the start of the game is that his stack of the ability where you hit them with your spear or the kick, you can actually use the dash over and over and over again as long as you hit the same tagged opponent, which is really good and busted, especially with the speed that he moves on his shift. It's kind of busted. I think previously I probably had him on A if I know myself. I will be honest with you, he's between S and A plus. I'll be honest, this is a massive change for me. I think I was just like saying bad things about what type of character he is, how he should be better, how he doesn't really, represent Black Panther. But he does, I'll be honest with you. With more playtime, getting used to the character and the combos, I think he's one of the best characters. Do I put him A+? I would probably put him S. Yes, it is a little bit biased from me. However, I need to show him some love. I have a video about him, just show him some love, try him out, he's really good. Next is Black Widow. I'll be honest with you, she's not that fun to play. She's really strong, long range, anything else, she's kind of, underwhelming, I'll be honest with you. I think she's an A character. Look, she has high damage potential, but she doesn't do much, and that's mainly her problem. She just doesn't do much as a character. She's not easy. However, if you do have really good aim, then pretty much anyone is easy, right? But especially her. If you really have a good aim, she's really busted. I'll put her on A for now. Hulk, I stand by this. He just doesn't cut the top tier. He's by far the worst tank. Many of Hulk mains might hate me for this. I'm not sure, I think I had him on A+, maybe A. He'll just stay A. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's one of the worst characters, but he's staying A. Captain America. Very underrated, very powerful, but he just lacks brain cells, I'll be honest with you. The thing that lets Captain America players down is themselves. I'll be honest with you, and also he does do quite a lot, so he can be overwhelming at first, but also he can't really 1v1 He can't really 1v2. Once again, one of the only tanks that can is 4. I'll probably put Captain America in A+ or A tier. I'll put him in A. I think that's a downgrade to when I previously put him, but I'll be more strict with this one, okay? It's the final tier list, what I think, and in the next season we will also compare the tier list I have done on previous seasons, so we'll see how much things shake up. The next character, Cloak and Dagger, we all know it's the wifey and it's the GOAT. Still one of the best characters, nothing changed. I remember I put them in A S+, they will stay in S+. Doctor Strange, very good tank. I remember I did speak about Magneto versus Doctor Strange and that Magneto is better. In some cases, yeah. But Doctor Strange, if you know how to play him, he is really good. I think this is a upgrade for him from the previous tier list, S+. He just doesn't have many weaknesses. I could say that his flight is a bit slow, but at least he still has flight, unlike Adam Warlock. And his shield is, I'm pretty sure it has the most health out of anyone. Actually, Magneto one is invincible for a period of time. But anyway, he just does so much. His burst, his ultimate is really powerful. He can literally turn the tides. He's going to S+. Groot. I still don't like Groot, I'll be honest with you. But I see where people think that he's good. I don't play as Groot, but I come against him pretty much every other match. And he is quite annoying, especially when used right. He's quite powerful. I don't think he's S tier. Still, I don't think that. However, I'll put him in A+. I think before I had him in A, I think he's actually quite good from, you know, the type of players that I've versed. Hawkeye. I'm not sure if I put him in S+ or S before. I think he is really powerful. His melee, of course, stops projectiles. You have to be really accurate, which is the main problem with Black Widow. He's still really good. I think he was a bit overhyped at the start, I'll be honest with you. His damage potential is insane. I'm not putting him in S+. I'll put him in S, and I'll probably put him in top of S. This, to be honest, Hela, she just doesn't have many weaknesses. I think the main weakness is that when she turns into a bird, it's a bit short, but you can still save her. Her ultimate pretty much makes her invincible, let's be honest. I don't think the entire team will focus her on her ultimate before she can actually 1v5 everyone with it. She just doesn't have many she doesn't have many negatives. The down forces that, like, for example, Doctor Strange has, Black Panther, Groot, she just doesn't have those. Once again, it could be the aim, but her damage potential is just insane. Is she the best? I think Cloak and Dagger is still above her, but she's 100% above Doctor Strange. Now, this might be controversial. In my last tier list, I remember I put him in S+. And I think I put Hawkeye in like 3rd place, he was in 2nd, Cloak and Dagger were in 1st. I think he's still powerful. He's probably the best melee character in the game. I just don't think he's S+ anymore. And I know, all of you Iron Fist lovers, like, crucify me, I love him. However, he just doesn't hit like he did on the first day, let's be honest. Everyone knows how to play now, everyone knows how to counter characters. He's going to S, and probably below Hawkeye. Next character, Iron Man. I kind of stopped playing him, but I did play him a lot. He's still, I think, he's still my 3rd most used character. He will go for me about A tier. The problem with him is that players that play him make him B. But if you know how to play Iron Man, you can actually do, you know, really good plays with him. You can be annoying. I think he's going top of A. He's not as bad as B. And I believe he's above them. maybe Captain America can go below Black Widow. I think I'll put her here. But I just believe the constant pressure of Iron Man is really good when you know how to use him. If you don't, then just don't play him because you will do terrible with him. Those places are interchangeable, I'll be honest with you. But for me, Iron Man, I just enjoy using him a bit more, and especially how annoying he is. King Von. The worst character in the game. He should have his own tier list. No, he's just annoying. His ultimate is so good. As a support, I wouldn't say he's like the best support, but he is super annoying. I think I put him in A+ before. I will keep him in A+. The ultimate pretty much saves him, and his shift, where he goes underground, he's so difficult to hit, and he heals himself. I just don't think that he's on the level of these characters, so he will stay in A+. Loki, I remember before I put him on S+, and I'm pretty sure I put him in like top 4 characters in the game. I still think he's super powerful, especially that he can have anyone's ultimate, and actually be able to be any character in the game for a short period of time. His healing is insane. His damage output is insane. His trickery is insane. I still think he's S+. I'd put him here by Hela for now. If you disagree, then I'll be honest with you, that's like the only character that I think that you're wrong about not putting S+. You know why? Because people just don't know how to play him. I see so many people playing him wrong. I see that his clones being shot at the walls, shooting at the ground. I see a lot of players actually not healing the team, just waiting until the ability where it heals, the zone heal on his clones and himself. But bro, just shoot friendly, shoot enemies, you can heal, you can damage. He's insane, just give him a chance, play him a bit, and trust me, if you love strategists, you will love him. Next one is someone that I had a iffy relationship with. And it's not because of the game, it's because in every other video I call her Luna Storm. Where does Storm come from? It's Luna Snow. And finally saying her name correctly, she's basically Mantis. Mantis and her very identical. Obviously, Luna Snow's ultimate, I believe, is a bit better, but she cannot fight with her ultimate. Mantis can. She's one of the best strategists. I'll put her in S tier. I don't think she's S+. You can make her S+, like a lot of these characters, but she's S. And just because it's Luna Snow, her partner in crime, Mantis. Personally, I prefer Mantis, but they are very interchangeable. They are pretty much the same character if you think about it, so that doesn't really matter. They both go in S tier. I'll skip a couple of these characters just because I really want to talk about her, and it's Penny Parker. I think that's her name, right? She is very underrated. I think before I put her in an A+ tier. I'll be honest with you, I really enjoy her. I think she's an S character, bottom of S, but she is just so good. If you do focus her, obviously she will just be maybe an A character, A+, but the fact that there's so many characters you have to focus on, you can't really just tackle one character, otherwise your whole team will die. Especially if you have good healers, especially if you are holding point, defending. She's just a must-have tank in my opinion. Her mobility isn't the greatest. Of course she has that web that she can swing onto, and then she can run up walls, but for now, S tier, just because of her potential, the things that she does on a regular when I play her, and of course when we play against her. Let's be honest, how many times did you play the game and you lost because there were just mines on the objective and you couldn't secure it? Too many times to count. That's why she will be going S tier. Next character here is Magik. Surprisingly, I haven't played a lot of Magik. I like her when I played her. People that play her against me, they are annoying, but they also aren't the greatest. I don't think she's bad. I just don't think she's S tier. From my experience so far, not only, me playing as her, but also people playing against me, she's close to S, but I'll give her A+ tier just because there's a couple of different duelists that are better than her, such as, obviously, Iron Fist, Hawkeye, Hela, and also I believe Black Panther is better than her. I'll be honest with you. Before, when I did my first tier list, I'd probably never say this, but yeah, Black Panther I think is one of the best duelists in the game. Magneto next. I think he will be going S tier, above Penny Parker in my opinion, below everyone else. The fact that his shields are invincible, of course they don't last forever, but they don't have health, is really powerful. His team up, once again, is super powerful with Scarlet Witch, which makes him one of the best tanks in the game, I'll be honest with you. From what I've used him, I really love him, but I still think now Doctor Strange is better than him. Previously I would have put Magneto above Doctor Strange, not anymore. I think I've learned my lesson and Doctor Strange is by far the best tank in the game. Next tank is Thor. He probably is the only tank as of right now in Season 0 that can easily 1v1 characters. Maybe Venom too. Before I put him S tier, I would probably put him in A+ tier. The main reason, and it's the only reason, is that from my knowledge, he doesn't have a shield to protect his team or himself. He has a bubble where he does more damage, he gets his hammers back, the secondary ability, and he has that god mode that he can go into, which is really powerful, but he's more of this aggressive, oppressive tank, whereas, for example, she's a tactical tank, I call her, a trapper, a protective tank, and another protective tank. So I think as a tank, he is missing that feel of, oh, if we have 4, we won't die. You know who also runs into the same problem? Venom. He doesn't have a shield. However, he's really powerful. He has so much health that he's just, a unit to fight against. I would probably put him in A+. Alongside 4, they are interchangeable. But A+ for Venom, I think that's fair. Some of you might say, oh no, he's minimum S+. I verse Venom every single match. I would prefer to verse him than verse Penny Parker. I would prefer to verse him than verse Magneto. I would prefer to verse him than Doctor Strange. So that's the logic I'm going off. Next character would be Scarlet Witch. Let me just skip all of these characters for a second. Before, I put on B tier. And I'll be honest, I'll keep her on B tier. I just don't think she's powerful enough. Her ultimate can be dodged easily, but it is powerful, don't get me wrong. Her movement is really good. Her damage output is annoying, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best damaging duelists. I don't think she's up there. I think she's quite underpowered. Her team up with Magneto, of course, makes Magneto better, but it doesn't really make her better. I put her still in B. She's staying at the bottom tier list. Next one that I'll do is someone that I really underrated. I still don't know how to play him properly, but trust me, people showed me how to play him, and God, sometimes I just don't want to play this game because of him. He is so powerful. He probably has the second or third highest team wipe potential with his ultimate in the game. He's just really good damage wise, also stun wise. He can stop ultimates if I'm correct, and he can just punch the shit out of you. He's going S+ tier. He's one of the best characters. I'll be honest with you, I'll put him above Loki. Maybe not. Never mind. I saw that, I was like, no. I'll put him below Loki just because if you're a good Loki player, you can unlock so much potential. But I do believe that he's one of the best characters in the entire game. Now, onto someone that is not one of the best characters in the game, Someone that is kind of underrated in some situations, but very underpowered is Storm. Before, I'm pretty sure I put on A tier. Yeah, Storm, she's just not cutting it sometimes. She's fun. I started playing her a bit more, but then I realized, you know what? Her movement isn't great. Her flight is quite slow. She's a good duelist that supports the team, but then you are relying a bit too much on the team than her. The one thing that saves her from me creating a new tier list is her ultimate. Her ultimate is really good, like really good. She goes underground just like Jeff, but rather than swallowing them, she just kills everyone in the ultimate. So, and she can move it too. So it's really good. Her ultimate saves her from being worse, but she needs a couple of different things. She needs her speed to be faster, especially when she has this speed boost. Her radius to be bigger to support the teammates, and maybe a damage buff, or maybe not really, maybe a damage buff, a range buff, a projectile speed buff. But right now she's very situational, a bit too situational. I'll put her in B. One of the best duelists in the game, Moon Knight. I don't really want to talk about him because he is really powerful, and I think we all know, if you play this game, you know how powerful Moon Knight is. Also, he's used like every game. I'll probably put him S+. I think if you have a good Moon Knight, especially throwing his unks in spaces that, you know, they can't easily get, could literally like make his damage go through the roof. And that's why I think he's S+. Is he better than Bucky Barnes? Maybe. They're interchangeable in my opinion. I'll put him here for now. Next character is Namor. He is quite underrated. Compared to every duelist, he just doesn't do enough. I will probably put him around here. A. I think he was A+ before. I'll put him A. He's really good, don't get me wrong. All of these characters are really good. It's just, there's so many more duelists that just do more. No pun intended, you know, Namor. More. But anyway, he's just a bit underwhelming. One of the best characters in the game is she though. Before I put her S+, I think she is still quite powerful. Does she stay S+? Yeah, she does. she simply does. If you have a good Psylocke, she's incredible. If you have a bad Psylocke, she's still S tier, in my opinion. So, simple. She doesn't have many downsides. Maybe that she's quite squishy, but then she has an ability which increases her health. So, yeah, there's not really many downsides, is there? Her ultimate is really good too. Pretty much makes her invincible, which is great. Star-Lord, my second most played character in the entire game. I think he's quite underrated, underappreciated. I would put him in A+. I think that was the tier for him before. I will still keep him A+. He's really powerful. He can be S in certain situations. If you have Adam Warlock, he's easily S, right? He's probably here. But on a norm, if you don't have Adam Warlock, I think he slides in well into A+ tier. Above the tanks, he's quite annoying. He's a great flanker. He can get out of situation. He can just keep being oppressive with his dodge ability, which also reloads. He doesn't have many downsides. The only downside is that he really could do more damage, but then I feel like he would be a bit so overpowered. So A+ for Star-Lord. Punisher. I've seen a lot of people that would put him in S+ tier. I think he's really good. I don't think he's S+. Is he S? I'd say so for now, Season 0. I think Black Panther is better than Punisher. A lot of people might literally be like, what are you talking about? You literally put Black Panther before around A+, A tier, and then Punisher in like S or S+. Look, Black Panther changed my idea on how to play the game, okay? Wakanda forever and that. He's amazing, and I will glaze the fuck out of him until he gets nerfed, or maybe until everyone gets buffed and he doesn't, and then he falls off. But anyway, Punisher is still really good, S tier. He just doesn't have much mobility. That's the only thing that hurts him. He's quite versatile. But then once again, you face up against Black Panther or even Iron Fist, and I just think he gets demolished. Majority of the games he does. However, he is very versatile and probably one of the most versatile characters in the game. So S tier for him, which is really good. If I'm correct, I think previously I put Rocket in B. I think he's now an A, and I think he's probably the best out of A tier. The fact that he can revive is great. The main problem is that his healing compared to these two, Mantis and Luna Snow, and then Adam Warlock, and then Loki, and then Cloak and Dagger just is not on par with them. So he's now an A for me, not much to say. Very replaceable support, however, really fun. Next duelist is Squirrel Girl. She's pretty much like the Junkrat of Marvel Rivals. I think I said it last time. I don't remember where I put her. She's quite forgettable. I think she would go in A+. Because I do find myself, when I verse her or play with her, I do quite a lot of damage, while also being safe. You know what? I'll be a bit more strict. I think I'll put her in A. I think Rocket Raccoon might be better than Squirrel Girl. There's so many people that are probably just roasting me for this. You guys probably think that she's S+, which is fine. From my experience, I think she's an A. Which, remember, A tier is still really good. B tier is still really good. Someone that could be in any of these tiers, Spider-Man. Honestly, it just depends on your skill level. He's so hard to master. He's so hard to get grip of, but when you do, you can do quite a lot with him. I don't really know how to rank him because I do want to put him S tier. But the problem is he? He could be A+. I think, you know what, I'll do it. I think A+ is fair for him. Just because of the difficulty that it takes to actually play him. He's not played a lot, and when he is played, he's either S+ or he's B tier, or even, you know, below that. So I think a medium of A+ is good for him. And now, I left him till last, not because alphabetical order or anything like that, it's just because I started maining him. And I know, why would I main the worst character in the game? Well, let me tell you why. It's mainly because of the Deadpool Wolverine skin. Yeah. I sold my soul just to get that skin. And I've played him for many hours. He's slowly becoming my top played character. He's about to overtake Black Panther. I believe he's quite good. He is quite underpowered, but the fact that I played him so much and I know how to play him, I do quite well on a regular. Better than I did with Namor, better than I did with anyone in A tier and B tier, and then better than I did with anyone in the A+ tier. You might ask, well, will you put him in S tier? No, I'm not delusional. He still needs buffs to his kit. Maybe like some cooldowns would be nice. I just don't believe that he's as bad as B tier anymore. Should I say as good as B tier? Because he's better than these both. And I would argue he's better than Hulk, Namor. He's better than Captain America. I think, because I know bias will kick in, and I will want to put him in A+ tier, just because I do feel like there's a lot of potential to be unlocked from the character through buffs, nerfs, you know, balance changes. I will put him in the middle of A tier, which is an upgrade from before. He was literally at the bottom. Hey, if you disagree, try playing him. He's really good. I mean, the main fault of his is just his movement. He cannot climb walls, which does make sense. He's Wolverine, come on, he has massive claws. His dash is on a 3-second cooldown, which I get it. His dash has a attack at the end of it, but it's still you find yourself chasing the enemy a lot of times. But then, like, if you stack his passive up, he's invincible for like 10 seconds, which can really like just change the game a lot of times. And then his grab, which is the best ability by far. He can literally take your Doctor Strange, grab him off the map, out of the objective. Doctor Strange shield cannot stop him if he's literally up to your face. So I now speak highly of Wolverine. I was wrong, and then there's probably so many of you that are wrong about Wolverine, and I'm probably wrong about so many characters in this tier list, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's my tier list. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this. Hopefully you can take something out of this. Try some new characters that maybe you didn't give a chance to. See if they are actually the tier that I was saying. See if they could be changed, upgraded, or if they need nerfs. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you with the tier lists again in Season 1 of Marvel Rivals. Enjoy your day. See ya.